This is the third video of a series of three. In the first we looked at the civil courts, county court and the high court and its jurisdiction. In the second video we looked at the three tracks, and this video looks at the appeal processes from the civil courts, so mainly the three tracks. So first of all, what is an appeal? Now, an appeal is where either party in a dispute are questioning either the law or fact from a judgment, decision that's been given in a court of first instance. Three points must first be considered. Firstly, which court was the original case heard in? If it was heard in one of the three tracks, which track was it? Was it the small claims track, the fast track? Was it the multi-track? And if the original case was heard in the county court, what level of judge heard the case? Was it a district judge or was it a more senior judge like a circuit judge? Okay, so let's begin with appeals from the county court, starting first of all with that first track, the small track. Now, the small claim case will be appealed to a circuit judge because it was originally heard by, can you remember which judge? A district judge, sorry. So it was first heard by a district judge, so it will be appealed to a circuit judge in the county court where the case was initially heard. The fast track next. Now, for fast track cases, it will depend on the level of judge who first heard the case. Now, I know this is a lot of information, it's quite dry, but it all needs to be learned. So it will depend on the level of judge who first heard the case, and if it was a district judge, the appeal is heard by a circuit judge, the next level up in the same court. If the case had first been heard by a circuit judge, then the next level judge would be a high court judge. So that is where the appeal will need to be heard. Okay, so you remember that in the county court you're going to have district judges and circuit judges. So if it's appealed to the next level up, it would be a high court judge. When a case is appealed from the high court itself, a second appeal is possible, but this is only with the permission of the Court of Appeal. Okay, so if it's appealed from the High Court, a second appeal is possible, and this is with permission. Another word for permission is with leave, so with leave of the Court of Appeal. Permission or leave is only given by the Court of Appeal if the appeal raises an important point of law or some other reason exists for why the Court of Appeal should hear the case. And this other reason must be presented by the lawyers. And then the multi-track. Now, an appeal from a multi-track case that was first heard in the county court is always made to the Court of Appeal, Civil Division. And for this appeal, permission is also needed. Appeals from the High Court. Now, these go to the Civil Division of the Court of Appeal. Finally, I want to mention the Leapfrog appeal procedure. Now, this is a special appeal route from the High Court straight up to the Supreme Court, so it leaps over the Court of Appeal. Hence, it's called the Leapfrog Procedure. It rarely happens, possibly about 4 times a year. Okay, so the leapfrog procedure is only used in two circumstances. Firstly, where the Court of Appeal is bound by a previous decision, and you'll remember this from precedent and the Young exceptions, which means that it doesn't make sense for the Court of Appeal to hear it, and it makes more sense for the Supreme Court to hear it because they can depart from previous decisions. And secondly, where the case involves interpreting the words of an Act of Parliament, and this would be a job for the Supreme Court. Okay, please watch again all three videos so that you can reinforce your knowledge and look at past paper questions to see how you would apply the information within the three videos. Now, the information is very factual and it's very dry. It's not the most exciting of information. However, there will always be questions related to any of those three videos. So please make sure that you understand the points that are made and that you have looked at questions to see how the information within those three videos would apply. The only way to make sure that you're prepared for the exam is to make sure that you have attempted past paper questions. And on a final note, folks, to be truly prepared for the exams, it's really important that you invest time into eventually attempting past paper questions under timed conditions without your notes. So during the holiday period and whenever you've got some time, please make sure that that's the final check you do in order to make sure you truly understand the content. The information was very dry, but please be patient. Don't lose marks that are easily obtainable by skipping this part. Okay, all the best. And make sure you listen to the videos again to make sure that you truly understand all the content. Thank you for listening in the first place.